Hello everyone, today we're going to solve another problem, chapter 5, and this is problem 1. It says that modify the SSNinfo program in section 4.9 by storing the area numbers and corresponding locations in parallel arrays. Use a loop to search area numbers for the first that's greater than or equal to the area code number and the relations to the corresponding element location. Okay, so what we have to do is create a loop where if we find this number, what we do is we have to find the corresponding location that in this case is going to be Vermont. Okay, so first of all we have to create the area numbers and stuff like that. Well, I have the program here. It's a very long program, but we can do is like to make it easier for us, we can introduce some arbitrary numbers. Let's enter 5 numbers in 5 different states, and let's test it for that, and if it works for this small for these two small arrays, should work for the larger one. Okay, let's do something very simple, very basic, but that's going to cover the main idea. Okay, so plot it from here. What we need from here? I think we will need probably all this. Okay. So what is you want really? This part is about you're asking the user to enter their social security on this form, and if the length of the social security is not 11 characters, we're going to display an error, and if we don't have hyphen on position 3 and 6, it's going to display an error. Otherwise we continue, and if we don't and we're going to keep asking the user to re-enter if it doesn't follow these 2 criteria or 3 criteria. Okay, well, two criteria, and then once we're out of the loop, we focus on the 3 first numbers, which is going to be the area number, and based on the area number we're going to be able to find the location. Okay, so let's do this. So first of all, we're going to create our array. Let's go here, area numbers. This is distracting me. Okay, how do we do this? Okay, area numbers. Let's put some 5 arbitrary numbers. Let's put something like easy numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and the corresponding locations for these numbers are going to be 5 states. In this case, we can put Georgia, Florida, Okay, and once we have this, what we can do? Okay, so we have to find the loop, right? It says the loop says if the first element that is greater or equal to the area code, and enter it. Okay. But in here, if we see the area code corresponds to the first three numbers, it's gonna have 3 digits, so we need 3 digits here. Let's do 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 and 5 5. This introducer loop. And then we're going to put our condition if area is greater or equal, that's what it says here in the condition. If the first use a search, I love to search for the first element that is greater than or equal to the area number of the first element. So it's going to be area numbers that is going to be greater or equal to the area so if it's greater or equal, what we do is we print the corresponding location. So what we can put is system data the location is plus locations I. And then once we find the location, once we meet this condition, we just finish, we break the loop and we finish, right? Let's see if it works. Let's enter something like 333. But we have to enter the in this form because we have these conditions, so we have to respect the form. And the location is Florida. We have to be Florida. Now let's test for Texas. Let's test it for Texas. Let's do it again. Let's enter 555 minus. Okay, we should get Texas. It's Texas. What if we enter a number that is between these two? Let's see. Let's test what's going to happen. So let's test for 415. So assume the location is 50. I mean, assumes the location is Texas because, yeah, well, area is going to be less, which is 450. Then okay, that makes sense. So as long as greater than this corresponds to, is going to correspond to Texas. So it's not going to correspond to Mexico. So if we put 119 here, 119 is going to correspond. If we put 119 here, is going to correspond to California. Wait. Yeah, so this is the simple question for chapter problem 1 chapter 5. Thank you.